Yeah.
I'm drinking a little scotchy scotch.
Wow, look at you, man.
Mm, yeah. Some Glenfiddich.
Yeah, I don't do scotch. I don't do that. I could though. I could.
Scotch is just Scottish whiskey. It's made you can taste it's peaty. It's got like the peat moss, flavor from the barrel. It's basically the same shit as whiskey from Kentucky. It's just it's not as, you don't in most whiskey in Kentucky tastes like cherry wood or oak or some shit. This you can actually taste like either they filter through peat moss or there's peat moss in the barrels or in the soil or wherever the fuck, but it's definitely a smokier, earthier taste than whiskey.
Right. Yeah, you are kind of the most interesting man alive sometimes.
Kevin, tell me about it.
If you had a suit, like I think you should start wearing suits.
So, like every once in a while, every couple of years, I have a thought of like, you know what? I'm gonna dress well. I'm gonna look good. And then I'm like, but I'm not cutting my hair and I'm not like cleaning up. So like a guy with long hair, right? Like I have these headbands on, but I have like long, crazy hair. It's like just, I mean, obviously it's like this, but if I really like brushed it and blew it out, it's like bigger. So I got like big hair and a suit. Like either I'm in a fucking jazz fusion band or I'm going to court. Like there's no other reason for me to fucking
And you don't play like a real like you play like an instrument no one's ever heard of too. Like you're like
yeah,
the yeah, you're like the organofaga or something. Or like you're
yeah.
like that's an African instrument. The
Hey, my name's Lou. This is the jack phone, and it's just like
yeah, yeah. I would do like the rain stick. I'd be like,
yeah, the rain stick.
see, I would want to do that too. Like I don't mind dressing nice. I think sometimes it comes out really well and people give you compliments, but it's very uncomfortable for a fat man. Like let's just be honest. Like it's like a giant sweat box and it doesn't take long for it to kick in. See, what I would do is that I actually feel like I just came up with an invention in my head now. I would have like small mini fans on like little parts of the suit where I could turn it on in different spots. I would have like seven different like activators where I could like put one on it, or I could put all seven on, and then that would be incredible. Wouldn't that if you just had like it was just like those inflatable costumes, but now like an
Yeah,
inflate
that's all it is,
like
Kev. You're just a fucking caricature of a guy in a suit. Like, look at me, I'm a businessman.
yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, but I always like I walk around and I always have like a weird hum about me, like like
like
I,
like what's that noise? You're staring. It's like like nothing. I don't hear anything.
all I hear is comfort.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You're just dabbing sweat. You're like, it's nothing. Don't look at me.
ace that job interview yesterday, Bob.
At Fat Suits, you'll be less fat and less sweaty in no time for only $499.99.
Do you have 16 AA batteries? Because that's what it's gonna fucking take. I'm constantly replacing like, oh, my armpit fan went out. Fuck. That'd be awesome.
Like it gets really hot, you like turn it up to high, just like you're just like standing next to it. It's
Three
like
speeds. Oh, that'd be good too. Three speeds on each side. That'd be awesome.
but
Definitely,
basically
like,
what you're
I'd definitely
describing
have
is
four fans in the groin area too. Like
yeah,
it'd be like a fucking system down there, right? Like it'd be like fucking central air down there. Like that,
four
like that, that
fans,
that's always the tough part. Now when
four
you're like in your
fans,
40s,
yeah, four fans and 3C batteries up your asshole. It's like just pop it right in there and just with an easy pull out string so they don't get lost in your lower intestine.
yeah, there's nothing like realizing that like you have a rash because your gut is rubbing against your thigh. You're like, oh, okay. No one told me
Well,
about this.
I mean, if you're standing and your gut is rubbing against your thigh, you made a mistake. You made a horrible mistake.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, things happen. They droop.
I mean, my gut does a lot of things, but it doesn't get to my thighs. Well, what happens is
Well,
okay. So
no, I
another
mean,
thing about
it's more when you sit down. I'm saying. I mean, yeah, that's. That's a little that's like stage 5 of the disease. It's when it's like no, I no, it's when it's at all times, even when I stand up, it
Yeah,
droops.
no, it's just the red, sweaty, like irritated skin of like just like hairy skin, just like
Right.
mashed up against hairy skin.
Yeah, I just I want a spatula like putting it all back in, like scraping it off the fucking like sidewalk. Like I
That's
got
another
this.
reason. That's another reason why I don't want to wear a suit because so typically I dress like a fucking bum. You know, I wear Walmart shorts and Crocs and a t-shirt. But if I wear a suit, you got when as you're if you're fat, you got two options. Everyone else has one option. You put the pants up to your waist, which is essentially like either below just below your belly button or in the area. But if you're fat, you have two options. You could get those pants where it's like the waist has to be like 8 inches wider because your waist is the widest part of your body because it's your fucking fat gut. And then you got to pull it up and then either pay the money to go to a tailor or get like just pants at like Men's Warehouse or some shit. So it's like your balls, the pants are up your ass, your balls are like on one side or the other of the seam. Or you do what a lot of fat guys do, which is you put it below your gut, under the belly, and then tighten that belt so tight. Like if I sit, I'm going to lose circulation immediately, or it's going to pop and kill someone. And then you got those like droopy ankle, like your pants are covering your feet. You're stepping on the back of the pants as you're walking because it's fucking there's no like 52-inch waist by 28-inch like seam, so it's just that it's like that nightmare. Now a couple of years ago I could pull something up to my waist, my actual waist, put the belt on, and it wasn't too bad. But in the last year and a half I definitely, I got fatter, as you do. And but I'm fine, everything's good. But yeah, like dress pants are not. I never like to get dressed up. I know like you wore suits, weddings. I'm like a Dockers and a
Yeah.
and a and a collared shirt kind of guy. Like the best I'll do is an unbranded no frills black or earth tone collared shirt. And the collars, you can tell I just like washed it so many times, like it's not really like, it's just the three buttons. I got two open, one's just on, just so like I have a fucking V-neck and short sleeve, and that with elastic on the sleeves. And that's the best I'm gonna do. I've anytime I'm in a wedding and it's like, hey, you want to be my wedding? Of course you want to be like, yeah, because I can't say no. But at the same time, I'm like, fucking no. Because when you go to the rental place for the tuxedo, they're not tailoring it. They're just like measuring you and like, we'll make it happen. So like your vest that you really need, we don't have in stock because you're a giant fat piece of shit. So the front is a vest and the back is just a series of elastic kind of like a 1980s villain, like gun strap
Yeah.
kind of thing going around the back and the front. Your jacket's big enough to fit you wise, but as far as length is concerned, like it's all over the fucking place. And I just look like somebody's like, I just look like a fucking sexual predator who's just got out of jail and trying to like look good in court. Like I'm better now. I'm all better, Judge. Just let me. Can I move by the school? It's the only apartment in the area. And they're like, no, no, no.
Do you
Like
think a hat would go good with this suit? Do you think
hmm.
that would work too?
Yeah. Can I look like a Southern preacher? Like, is that? Do you have enough buttons back there for me? Fucking. So like, yeah, I'm more of a, especially like living in North Carolina. Like pretty much like right now it's cold and it's 54 degrees. Now it will get really cold in January, but right now everyone is like dressed like it's fucking 28 degrees. Layers. I'm like shorts, and fucking t-shirt. I'll wear this outfit until like
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, last Christmas I asked for mesh shorts and I got 5 pairs and they were an absolute godsend. Now, like most of the time, I just walk around like I'm like ready to head to the gym, but it's like I'm not going to the fucking gym. I fucking fooled your ass. No, yeah, but I'm saying like that's kind of like a little bit of when you're talking about all that pants stuff, all that like stuff that they don't tell you about when you're a kid, like about like what happens when like you put a belt on and then like you got to slide your jeans under your gut and
Yeah.
hope that like that either doesn't make it a whole imprint of redness and rash.
Oh god, just
Uh,
like fucking those like three lines that are just like dug into your
yeah,
like around your waist, and for like 8 hours after, you're like just feeling the it's like braille for fat
yeah,
people. You're like, oh, all right, I had a belt on.
yeah. Honestly, like this Christmas, I'm doubling or tripling the mesh shorts. Like I want a whole wash. When I do it is just mesh shorts to come out. Like, oh, it looks like I have no choice. It's gonna be mesh shorts again today.
My belt. So back in the day, I bought a pair of pants like 20 years ago, and the belt was just like a nylon belt with like those two eye loops, and basically just like there's no hole like with like the little puncher thing on the regular leather belt where it's like here's your 8 sizes, and if you're outside this, you're either too skinny or too fat. Good
Yeah,
luck. You just kind of make your size. A couple of years ago, back maybe like now it's almost like 10 years ago, the straps that used to come on the pallets for the windshields at the warehouse I worked at were like thick nylon. I took one, put it around myself to make sure it would fit, cut the end off, burned it, and then put through one of the holes those eye loops from an older belt. So my belt is like a silverish green, like ratchet strap remnant from 10 years ago that I found on a pallet. Like that's what I've been using for the past 8 years at least, and it works like a fucking charm.
yeah. I actually think that that's a good idea because those belts do like really hurt you after some time, and
Yes.
then, like the metal is just uncomfortable, and then like
Yeah.
leather is uncomfortable. Like honestly, like I know we just went to like the Renaissance fair and I dressed up like a monk. Like I would consider that look full time with the fucking rope around me. The rope is cool, man. I'm cool with that.
Kevin just
I
like
just need just some more slack on the rope, but I'm good, man. I'll tie it like every day, like I'm going to fucking mass. Like I'll fucking get ready, like put a big fucking like big knot in it, and then fucking splash water everybody over everybody and go to work.
Kevin's like, I'm fat enough where I'm in my moo era. I'm just gonna dress like everyone's grandma. Just put a piece of cloth, a neck to floor poncho, and just tie some nylon rope around the middle of my section so it doesn't blow up and scare all the children. That's where you're
Yeah, I'm
at.
at the point where like I like really relate to Friar Tuck from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Like I just like to drink all day and also just sell out to anyone. Like I don't give a fuck about God. I'm just like, where's the fucking wine? And who's this guy? I don't know. The sheriff of Nottingham. Hey, he's cool. Like that's me right now. So
You should start drinking wine. It's good for your heart. The flavonoids.
I don't know. I wine makes me well. I mean, now everything makes me sleepy, but like
Yeah, yeah,
wine. But wine, I don't know. Like it's a weird. It's a different like drunk to me. I
yeah.
don't.
Well, there's lots of nitrates in it. It's wine goes like right to my head. So like I can drink whiskey.
Yeah,
Sure, after like 4 or 5 whiskeys, I might feel like okay, I've too much. But wine, 2 glasses of wine, and I feel tipsy immediately.
yeah. And I remember in my heyday, when I was like really hitting the sauce, like people would like all of a sudden like give you like a nice little like a glass of wine, and you see them like sitting there like doing this and fucking nursing it. Meanwhile, I'm just like, oh, okay, and they're like, you're not supposed to do it like that. I was like, then I don't want to do it. Like
Yeah,
like you're sitting there looking at it, like fucking drink it. Like let's knock this bottle out. And those wine bottles, it's like you think they're gonna last like fucking 2 hours. Like it gives you like 3 glasses of wine. It's like this is so deceptive. It's bullshit. Like I
it
want
is.
I
Well,
want a fucking I want a fucking family size wine here. Let's go box wine and just call it a day.
that's it. 5 liters in a silver emergency blanket folded up with a spout on the end of it. Here you go, moms.
Yeah,
Just
right.
drink this until you feel good about life.
Right. I want to fucking live the world of a fucking 30-year-old housewife who's about to watch Drew Carey on Price is Right for the 18th time in a row.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I admit that I when I drink wine, 'cause I do occasionally drink wine, I really so badly want to be like, you know, the special glass. And I say things like, smells like a 97 or whatever. But really what it is like you take 2 sips, you get through the first one. The first one goes a little slow, but after that, it's like everything else, like beer and whiskey. I'm just like, Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
Ba-ba-ba. Cabernet Sauvignon. Don't mind if I do.
I know. There's always like this like thing when you watch like someone drink wine on a show or whatever. And like the second, this like getting like a second wine is like so taboo. It's like I guess I'll have another one. I never could relate to those things. It's like keep them coming. Like what
Yeah,
the
should
fuck? It's
we?
like
Should
it's
we?
like such a difficult decision for them to be like, I don't know, should I have two tonight? I mean, it's getting wild in here. It's like no, it's not. It's not getting wild at all. Smooth jazz is playing, and you're on your second white Zinfandel. Like shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, no. A normal Friday night of whiskey for me is like by the fifth whiskey, I'm like spinning the barrel, spinning the cylinder on my 357, like I'm like, it's tonight the night, motherfucker. Who's better than me? Nobody. I got the luck. No one can stop me. I'm unstoppable. Like
Yeah,
that's
well,
the
that's the thing. That's with your choice. That's not portrayed like that. There's never like the like casual. Oh, I guess I'll have another one. It's like I'm gonna go home and possibly beat my kids. We'll see.
well, that's why I don't have any kids because like I probably would just beat the shit out of them. Like go to sleep. Just like for me, whiskey is like so like this little scotch. I'm just sipping it. I'm gonna the beer is really what's gonna be for tonight. It is a Thursday night. I have work in the morning, but typically like the first whiskey, I have a as they call it a finger. I have like that much, and then the second one about the same. And then what happens is I keep same. I have the same the same illusion about whiskey bottles. So a wine bottle, you're like, yeah, it's like really like 3.5 to 4 like decent sized glasses of wine. A whiskey bottle, I'll just pour, like a little bit more than this, but by the 14th time of just like basically what I think in my head is a shot, the bottle is like 3/4 of the way empty. Like this glass is so thick, it's deceiving. It says 0.75 liters, but I think it's like 10 ounces. It can't be. I cannot because I'm not drunk. I'm not like falling down, drooling on myself drunk. I'm just sitting by myself, like thinking my thoughts like a fucking savage at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, where'd all that whiskey go? And then it's like, and just like, because all I'm doing is, a little sip, maybe 400 or 500 little sips, and before you know it, you drink a bottle of dark liquor, and
I
that's
never
what's cool.
did that before. I never. That was just something I never did. I mean, look, did I drink all night before? Of course, but it just never was like that was the thing. I mean, usually with whiskey, it would be like shots and, um, you
Yeah.
know, those kind of things. But I never would, pour myself a glass. But I feel like that is like when you get older, like that's kind of what you should revert to. I guess like that's kind of like you all of a sudden are Don Draper and like
No, see the
just
Don, well, yeah, the Don Draper, like the 60s and 70s, where noon on a Tuesday, everyone just like drinking scotch. I'm not there yet. I'm not there where it's like I can just drink 2 glasses, 4 glasses of hard liquor in the middle of the day and just like go about my fucking business. What happened was back, as you said, when we were slightly younger, yeah, whiskey typically only came out at the end of the night as a bad decision. Like, hey, we've been drinking for 5 hours. Everybody want to do shots of Jameson, and internally, I'm like, no. But here's one in front of me. I'm not going to throw it away. Clunk. And then I just like in 2020, everyone thought the world was ending, and I fucking went out into the world, and my cousin gave me a bottle of whiskey, and I actually felt bad because I was like, look, I don't drink whiskey. I never drank scotch. It's a nice gift. He's like, trust me, just try it. Woodford Reserve, which is like I would say is like one of like the introductory, simple, easy to drink whiskeys. I mean, I was traveling for about 2 months. Within 3 weeks, I was on my third bottle. I was like, okay, I can do this. I can because I'm by myself.
yeah.
And again, it's like I don't know who can relate, but when I'm bored, and I don't drink every day, but when I'm bored, I'm just like, shouldn't I put a substance in my body so I don't have to think all these thoughts? Like I don't want to think of tomorrow and existence and the universe. Are we alone? Ugh.
I think
Just
there was a time like I there was a brief time in my life where I did drink like scotch and thought I was like becoming like a sophisticated person. Like I honestly think that like in my head I was like Peter O'Toole for a little bit. Like I was kind of just like that like like elderly British gentleman. Like I would kind of have that like kind of voice like, well, I don't understand anything anymore. Like I
Hmm. What's this? A port? Oh yes, of course. Hmm.
know this isn't what you're supposed to say, but I've just shit on myself. Just saying like terrible things, but sounding so like sophisticated about it. Like that kind of
Well,
stuff.
the thing about Peter O'Toole specifically is if you actually like watch videos about Peter O'Toole, like he absolutely was not even, he was a fucking just raging alcoholic for most of his life.
Well, the funny thing is like me growing up, I saw like late stage actor Peter O'Toole. Like when he was in the '80s, like he wasn't in like good movies anymore, so he was just like in like random movies, and like he was clearly like off coming off like a 5 day bender. Like they like probably slogged him on a stage and told him like read his lines, like because that's I always felt like it's like Peter O'Toole is playing himself in this movie. Like there's this one movie that I used to really like growing up with Steve Guttenberg called High Spirits. It's like this like Scotland ghost movie, whatever. But Peter O'Toole is like the caretaker of like the castle that they go to, and they're trying to like pretend to scare people like a tourist thing, but it ends up being a real ghost. But like his like lines in are just like he's just like there's one part where like things start moving around. And he's just like, why is the masonry floating about? It's like that's definitely not in the script. Like, he really thinks like there's ghosts now, I think, in this movie. Like Peter O'Toole's having like a fucking meltdown. He just forgot where he was. It's like, Pete, that's not the line. Pete the line again. Let's go. No, I like that. And the other the other thing is too, I just remember like years ago I was at like I think it was a Passover, and I started drinking scotch, and I kept going to the freezer to get ice for the scotch, but everybody there thought I kept going to the fridge to get more scotch. So like they thought I was like pounding scotch, but meanwhile I'm being like I'm like throwing like big chunks of ice in the scotch every time. But every time someone they got like I got up, they were like judging me. They're like, who brought this fucking guy? Like like that's I thought that was kind of funny. It's like like I'm trying to get like a 2 pounds of ice into this glass, so I'm not like completely annihilated. And people are just thinking like, wow, he's literally like on his second bottle of scotch right now. We haven't even had matzo ball soup, and he's fucking loaded.
Well, be honest, if you were still like communicative and on your second bottle of scotch, like fucking kudos, you got the shit
No,
under
I'd be
control.
no, I'd be Peter O'Toole. That's what I'd be. I mean, that I'd be the fucking life of the party.
Well, you know what it is like. I keep seeing these things. I'm sure you've seen them where it's like more and more people are drinking less and blah blah blah. The youth. I'm like, yeah, because they get it. Like if you do abuse it, like like an alcoholic who wakes up and starts drinking, yeah, by 45 years old, you got fucking cirrhosis and.
Yeah,
But let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Am I drinking every day? Of course not. But on the weekends or like a night like tonight, like I'll have a couple, 2 beers and a little bit of a little bit of liquor. It just it's fucking spirit. It's called spirits for a reason. You
yeah,
it opens you up, makes you feel good. Let's not take away all the positive
yeah.
aspects of
Well,
alcohol.
I also think too. Just I think there's too many people now that became like the I'm gonna ruin everything tonight for you person. And I think like
Yeah,
that's like what turned people off to like going out and getting like wasted and getting and drinking and having fun because they know too many people like half their friends are like not fun. They're just like they ruin every fucking thing they go to, and that's what turned this culture differently into like, why don't we just like pretend to drink now? Why don't we have a beverage that
I
looks the
get it. I
same?
mean, I do get it. Think about when we were in our fucking 20s. Yeah, there were nights when we drank like the world was ending. That's how I can describe it. Like
No, I
just
know, I know, but I also want to believe that most nights, I didn't ruin things. I mean, I
I
could
never
have.
threw a punch. I never threw a punch. And I know you never did either, at least like, not unless we were fucking around. I wasn't like the type to because that's what happens. I mean, I do believe it amplifies like, hey, if you're angry at the world and jealous and miserable and have issues you haven't worked out, yeah, sure, 4 or 5 ounces of alcohol and you become a fucking asshole. You want to fight everybody, you're angry at everybody, and the mouth opens up a little bit more. Sure, that guy sucks, and he's definitely the poster child for fucking sobriety. However, those of us, like, I can handle my liquor, but I'm not like one of those people who, like, they could go on like 4 day benders. They start drinking on Thursday night like I am, and they blink and it's Sunday morning and they're in another city. I never had that. I never had that happen.
Yeah, no, there's different stages of all that stuff, and
Yeah, that's in your DNA. Like
yeah,
somewhere along the lines, your ancestors and were like the first people to like put this shit in pottery and like save it for later kind of thing and pass down 4,000 generations. And now you're in like Newark, New Jersey on a Tuesday, just like like, hey, does anyone know how I get back to New York? And it's like I gotta catch a flight to Florida on the 5th. It's like, bro, it's the 9th and it's actually Thursday, and it's like, oh shit. So like that happens. I feel like I fall in between. I know people and I have relatives who were could not drink. That whole saying of, one's too many and 100's not enough. I
yeah,
never had that problem. Even if I had like we you and I have been there. That like we start drinking at 6 p.m. and now it's 4 in the morning, and
yeah,
you're like, hey, do we stop now or keep going? It's like, fuck it. I'm already gonna die. Just keep
yeah,
going. And the next day I wasn't like, hey, I'm addicted and I can't stop drinking and now I'm homeless. And look, some people shouldn't drink. And unfortunately, the way you find that out is by blacking out for 10 years and then like ruining your life. I don't have that problem. I'm like, wait, hold on, kid. Hold on. No, no, we're gonna have more. But I get it. Like
I
I
also
get
think, and to bring in the newer culture and newer things that have happened, we also didn't have every second of our lives recorded as well. So I
that's
think that
true.
also plays into it where like people are kind of afraid to get onto some website or go viral because they're fucking pissing on top of the bar or getting their
Yeah,
they're getting their face knocked in by the fucking bouncer. um,
that's cool.
no, that's usually like a wake up call, like that you like don't want to see. Like, and when you're like 2 million views on TikTok, it's like Greg has a problem. It's like that's the shit that like I think really is the fear of like why people don't drink as much as they used to, because like they don't want to be on the 11 o'clock news. They don't want to be part of their daughter's like fucking rotation of like videos that she watches. Is that you, Daddy?
Yeah,
And I get that, like
yeah,
back then, like you didn't have a camera on every single phone. You could possibly get away with crimes and like for years and
yeah,
like and but now like everybody, as soon as something happens, oh shit, look at this guy. And then it's like you're the dick on fucking line posted, and people, and then they're like, who's this guy? And then all of a sudden someone looks up your information, they call your job, you're fired, and like
yeah.
everything. It's cool. It's like my job, like, is a lot of meetings and conference rooms. So like one of the conference rooms is like really, really nice for like when you have like the really good like clients and CEOs, and like and it's like got like fish tanks and like a full bar. But like I've yet to like, obviously you're not the guy that's like, hey, anybody want a cocktail? But like I feel like that's gonna happen one day where you get like that like fucking Richard Branson guy that just came from like space that like parks his rocket in the fucking reserve parking, and all of a sudden it's like, who's ready to party? And then all of a sudden like the conference room is just a fucking happy hour for 6 hours. Like I'm waiting for it. The one like fucking British guy who just did like fucking lines off his fucking Virgin Airlines tits, all the flight attendants. Like I'm waiting for that one guy to just like knock out the entire fucking bar where we have to restock it. Like what's gonna happen, man? I'm gonna fucking I'll zoom you in on that one, Lou.
Let me know in advance. I'll literally drive 12 hours to be like, hey, I'm here too, guys. Like, hey, you have a deal going on? It's like, I'm just here for the free fucking booze, man.
Right, and then like he's like, sorry guys, I gotta run to Luxembourg. Anybody want to go? It's like, yes, I do. Sorry guys, I'll be home in a week.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I mean, I totally, you're right. Like, I don't
Money
think that
plays
is,
into those things too. Look, if I was an eccentric billionaire, like yeah, of course I'd be drinking all the time. I wouldn't give a shit about anything. I'd be fucking throwing money at every single goddamn thing. But I'm not that. I'm not that either. So again, I there's different. If you're up there in society, like and you have the money, like yeah, that's cool too because you don't care about the consequences.
I think the fact that you would be throwing money at everything is why you're not a billionaire. It's like why none of us are rich. Because I don't spend a lot of money. And I think if I had like tomorrow 10 million bucks, I like to think I would, put $9.9 million invested in property and whatever and take 100 grand and have a good time. But I don't know because I've never had money. So if I
Yeah,
had money,
that's
I
what I'm
might
saying.
fucking
It's
go
like,
crazy.
yeah, I don't know, Lou. I mean, do you really think that like you'd be like, well, this is gonna have to go into the squirrel fund? It's like I don't know. Like if I got that spaceship money, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's not, I'm saying, I get it, like billionaires, but look, I don't think that is like the reason why people aren't drinking as much. It is definitely one of the reasons where
Oh, I
you
know
can't
that.
be,
I'm saying, but it is. I think it's a valid reason for many people that they
yeah,
are kind of afraid of being that guy on.
100%. You can't be 22 anymore and have one of those nights and not worry when you wake up. It's like, hey, you're on News 12, you're fired, and everyone is mad at you for the next 2 weeks.
Right, and
So,
everybody that doesn't actually know you has called every single person in your family because they somehow got their numbers and called you a piece of shit to them.
yeah,
Like, that's what someone will do, especially if you did something that's like offends someone. Like you're finished, man. Like like your job is done. Like you're fucking
yeah.
you're done.
No, no, I
Shut.
get it. Being offensive, period. But even if you're not, like you said, if you're just a fucking asshole
Yeah.
of the group who like, and I think we've all taken turns being the asshole of the night where you get so drunk you're just like doing something stupid, falling asleep on the street or piss, like I said, pissing on the bar. I've never pissed on the bar, but I have pissed not in the toilet at a bar. I will say that many, many, many times where
Yeah, that's the thing. We've all been there, but it's also too like if you're 57 years old and doing that, like what are you? You're
the
not you're not
funnest
like a,
guy
a
ever.
functioning, you're not like a high fledging member of society.
Yeah,
Like
but
you're
what does
not
that
like no
fucking
one's like
mean?
I'm proud of you for doing that today. It's like no, like you are literally you are one uh dirty pair of jeans away from being like a street hobo. It's like you're doing
Yeah, but at the same time, like, okay, so I agree, but I also think like if you're 57 and like you're functional, you have a job, you pay your bills, and like you want to have like a few nights a month where you're just like just let savagery take over, not hurting anyone, not drinking and driving, not abusing anyone, just put that out there. Fucking you that's the best. That's
See,
like that's
that's the
the
thing. I
best.
I know what you're saying there. It's like, okay, that guy is not that guy every once in a while. Like that guy is going to be that guy every weekend. Like the 57-year-old that likes doing that is not like, well, I gotta take it easy for 2 months. Like if you're already on that like path, like you are like, do not have any self control of when you can and cannot like make it happen. Like it's gonna, if you're 57 and that's happening to you, like that is casual Wednesday for you.
Yeah, I mean, like I can't disagree. We've seen those people. See, I don't know if I've ever been to like a happy hour. Like living in New York all those years, like yeah, if I worked in New York City, it might be easier like leaving work at 5:15 and going to happy hour, whatever that means, and getting a couple drinks. But I didn't do that. And on Long Island, I'm sure there's happy hour at bars. Like, yeah, you go to fucking Ruby Tuesdays or Fridays, it's like two for Tuesdays or whatever. But I get it. If that's your regular, like routine where like I go to work and as soon as I leave work, I go right to the bar. Like I don't have a place. I've never had a place, as they said in Cheers, where everybody knows my name. I never had, and like part of my brain still does still like want that. Like if I was a bar within walking distance of where I live right now, I would be there once a week without a doubt. Would I be there every night? No, because it's expensive, and I don't like if I want to have a beer, I have beer in my fridge. I can just have a beer. but I don't have that thing of like I need every day a little bit of alcohol to cure my ills, my ails, or whatever. However, if I do drink, like I cracked a beer, I don't know, 45 minutes ago, I'm not gonna have one. I'm not gonna have one, Kaz.
Right.
Like
Well, that's why I don't do that anymore because that's me.
I'm not gonna have 10, but I had one regular little guy. Now I'm drinking my big Lithuanian beer, and I'm pretty sure, and I had a little bit of scotch, so I pretty much had like, 4 alcohols. And after we're done recording this, I probably won't have another one, but it's possible. I mean, it's only midnight, so I
So a
mean, I do have to
couple
get up.
like a couple weeks ago I went in. So I usually get like a burrito at this place. It's like a it's called Cactus Cafe. Recently they put like a bar in there. I guess they're trying to make it more like a dirty taco type of vibe. But I remember that like I was at the bar and I didn't wasn't even drinking. I just got like a soda and like I get a burrito. But there was this guy, like, very talkative guy. And like, he seemed very friendly with all the bartenders. At first I thought he was the owner of like the restaurant, like the way he was talking to the bartenders and everybody else. And I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's very personable, very nice, and like, continues the conversation well. So then I go back there a few weeks ago or a few weeks after, and I'm talking to the bartender there, and she's like, starts talking about the guy, and then she's like, yeah, we fucking hate that guy. Like, he doesn't pay his tabs. He gets drunk and just leaves and Irish exits and forgets
Yeah,
forgets to pay. And I'm like, wow, like that's so funny. Like that's not the vibe I got from that guy. Like, but that's the thing. It's like when you're saying like someone's a regular, like that guy's a regular at a burrito bar. Like that's fucking awful. Right? I mean, this guy is not even a real bar, and this guy he's acting like he's the fucking mayor of fucking Kingstown here.
but that's
Like,
but you know what it is? Like, okay, so yes, I never want to be the regular at a restaurant that also has a bar. Like, yeah, they love me at Miller's. Like, no, they don't. They fucking hate your guts. But if I had a bar, like just a bar, like a
yeah,
local yokel, like moms or whatever the fuck, and just go there. It's dim, low
yeah,
orange lighting. There's a fucking jukebox with still has CDs in it. The fucking like the CD move. Dude, I would love once a week just go there and be like, "Hey, everybody, it's good. It's your pal Lou." But no, I agree. What you witnessed is what most bars will call like the mayor. I feel like every bar or location that serves alcohol has that guy. And I remember when I was in high school in Deer Park, uh, there was a couple bars right on Deer Park Avenue. Um, One was You Need a Rest, which is I don't want to shit on someone's like nice place, but like fucking just a like if you want to track down a felony in Deer Park, Long Island, you go right there. There was a
well,
place on.
actually kind of disappointed when it closed.
Yeah, well, listen, it's a local bar owned by the same family for a long time. I get all the roots and whatever. I went there once or twice, and it's just like where sadness comes to hang out. Like
Yeah,
that's what it was. But there was a place on Deer Park Avenue when I first moved. It was called I think it was called like Cozy Cabin or something. Pretty sure it was Cozy Cabin. And we're talking about like 99, 2000, and it was a place that was like a local place that probably been there for a long time. And there was a guy, when we were in high school, I think we went there once, maybe, sawdust on the floor, right? And pretty much like the places that are like Friday night, 7 people are there, maybe. Maybe there's three. And there's a guy like with, the spoon guy would be there, like walking around, like an 80-year-old dude. I mean, he looked 80. He might have been fucking 49. Who the fuck? I don't know. But like that guy is just like a fixture. Like he comes in here every day. We're going to give him a couple free beers. He might pay us for a couple. He doesn't bother nobody. He doesn't fight. He's cool. I don't want to be that guy either. I don't want to be the burrito guy, and I don't want to be like the
yeah,
guy who has no one else in his life and nowhere else to go. I
yeah,
just want to be one of the faces amongst the like, hey, every Friday Lou comes in and has a beer. Not the hey, we give him free beer because if otherwise he's going to drink fucking turpentine in the parking lot, or hey, we give him free beer, or otherwise he's going to harass and sexually assault someone in the bar. So like we just give them a drink, shut them the fuck up. I don't want to be. Those are two ends of the spectrum. I want to be right in the middle. Like
Yeah.
hey, it's Lou. Hey, what's up? I'm gonna have my two drinks, and I'm gonna go back to my house with my girlfriend and finish drinking in my comfy couch.
Yeah, some of the towns on Long Island have like changed a lot over the years, and obviously, that I lived in Farmingdale for a long time. When I originally lived in Farmingdale, we're going back like 15 years. Like there was not like very like accessible places like for normal people. Like a lot of the bars on the strip were like shady pool bars and shady like $2 Bud Light beer, like bars. Like they were like real old man stuff where you're like, I would never like tell someone that I'm here. I would never recommend this to anyone, but goddamn do I love it. And I know that like deep down, like I feel bad about that because I know that like I'm looking back on that with like a very jaded like, oh, things used to be better back then, and I know they weren't. They were not better, but I don't know. I just prefer that kind of like dimly lit shithole bar, like you said. But now they're just kind of all going away, even in like Manhattan or some of these other Long Island
Yeah,
towns. And then it's like a fucking hula hands or meatball place comes in, and I get it because you want to attract like younger people there and not the spoon guy, and hope that a Lou or a Kevin also joins us. But no, that's not who they get. They never get those guys. It's either Johnny Rapo or fucking Spoons McGee, and
yeah,
those are the guys that don't make like you see those guys as soon as you walk into a bar, you're not staying. Like you're not like I'm home. And again, I feel the opposite. I'd be like, I can handle this, but I know most people are like, what is going on right now? And I get that. So we're just a different breed, Lou. Like I know.
yeah. Well, also look. So okay, so the people who were like would be like, "What's going on?" are not going to those places.
Well, I know that,
That's
but maybe they stumble in like, oh, this place looks fun, and then it's not.
maybe. So Farmingdale Main Street pre 2010, 100%. Underage drinking and where can I buy cocaine? Those are the places. Post 20, even like I would say like up until probably like 2015
Yeah,
almost. It
2015.
was it was still like fucking wild wild west, and the bars you like, it's not the bar you go to, it's the bar you end up at, where it's like we went to three places, we should totally be home, the Uber driver threw us out of his car, and here we are, we're at this place now. The 18-year-old kid, 18, he's fucking 15, is DJing. It's $4 for two Bud Lights in mugs, like frosty mugs, and there's never more than six people here, and everyone here is sad. It's
Yeah,
we're all
the
sad together.
tater tots.
Yeah, it's fucking. But now, yeah, now I went there a couple of years ago. I like mainstream environment. Like I
But
do.
it's all different. It's all gone.
Yeah, well, but all right. So I think like there are still the places we're describing, the edgy, dirty side alley. They still exist. We just don't know where they are because
So I know where they exist. They exist in like random like strip malls now. Like
yeah, but
those are
like
like
there's definitely
those
like
are like the
spots.
are around. Like not near a main street. Like it's just some weird street in like Ronkonkoma where it's like J and W's. It's like what the fuck?
Yeah, but like bars like that, I bet existed forever. Like when you're 20, you can like smell a place like that where you're like, oh, I'm going there because I don't have an ID or I'm not 21, or even if you're above 21, like I just want to go there because no one's gonna fucking bother me and I could drink and it's like, whatever. Once you get to a certain age, I feel like you almost have like your peripheral like it evaporates and I just can't even see these places anymore. Or I like it instantly psychologically like just like nope, I'm not going there because I do not want to get a bottle smashed on the side of my face randomly. Or like, remember, so this is something that like specifically New Yorkers would know. Remember Mars Bar?
Yeah.
on First Avenue. So in Manhattan, Mars Bar, you can like Google it. This place was, we went there a few times. Still had a payphone in front of it until like the last time we were there might have been like 2006 or 7 or something like that. Still had a payphone with a fucking drug dealer selling whatever the fuck. It was coolers behind the bar, wasn't lit. There actually wasn't lights in the bar that I remember. I remember the only light was from the gas station across the street. The light came in through the window and that lit up the first 5 feet of the bar. After those first 5 feet, you were just kind of like getting into the darkness. There was a bathroom at the end. There was the trap door on the floor, which typically in a bar is behind the bar. But I remember this one was like not behind the bar. And when it opened, you think, okay, it's flipping up. The bartender's coming up with beer. It was a guy just like who lived down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
I'm
grabbed two
glad you brought that,
beers.
and I'm glad you remember that because that's exactly like that. All that is like 100% like
It
accurate.
was just, it was like out of time. And we went there. I was like, this is a piece of shit. And I fucking love it. It was like $4 Budweisers.
Yeah.
And they were wet because it was in a cooler with ice. There was no refrigeration. I was like, is this place even a bar? Or did just some guy just like say, I live in a bar? It was just, it's such a weird, but 22-year-old, 24-year-old me loves that place. 42-year-old me was like, fuck that place. I'm drinking on my couch. Like, I'm not going there.
Yeah. But I still have like again a fond memory of
Yeah, sure.
because of the novelty of it, of that, like the it didn't it was one of those places that felt like the original 1970s New York, like the ones you used to see on those old like movies, where like you never would even think about going into the city, like or take the subway. Like that's what it felt like. It was like a nod to that, where it was like, yeah,
We
that,
lucked out. We lucked out because our generation got the very tail end. Because in the 90s, Giuliani was the mayor.
yep,
He really did clean up Manhattan because before that it was real seedy. But there were still pockets. And then look, parts of Manhattan are still fucking shitholes. I mean, there's projects and there's areas that are just unsafe and unless you live there, you shouldn't be venturing. But there was more. We caught the very, very tail end of it. And then Manhattan just became, it was hipsters back then. Now I don't know what the fucking they call them. I mean, back in early 2000s, we were just like, it's fucking hipster. I remember Brooklyn, Williamsburg. Most of Williamsburg was desolate, empty lots, empty vacant buildings in the early 2000s. I remember going there. It was a fucking sketchy, bad area to be. You do not want to be there in the daytime, let alone nighttime. And then overnight, by like 2008, 9, 10, in Bedford Avenue, that area is like booming.
you
So
know.
I remember when it was like a forgotten wasteland
I
that was
remember even like 2006 going there, and still it was desolate. Like it was,
most of it.
yeah,
Most of it.
and within like a year or two of that, all of a sudden it was booming.
Yeah, we got to see the tail, the very like last breath of like shitty old grimy New York. And then it just like, now I can't imagine. It's like, probably like fucking $4,000 apartments,
Yeah,
$5,000,
well, it's totally changed, and even like you're saying, like we were talking about Farmingdale and different towns on Long Island, where bars have closed down and there's like new trendier places. I mean, the city is just as bad with that. I mean, there was used to be a ton of really good dive bars in the city. I mean, there's still some that exist. I mean, look, the city is huge and it's full still of restaurants and bars, and I'm sure you can still find
yeah,
plenty of.
it's the most restaurants and bars.
But there was quite a few that we used to frequent that are just not there anymore.
What about what was that place called? Bar None was it called, I think, or
Gone.
yeah, I figured that
Yeah.
was gone. Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
like I said,
like I was saying, the city again. I would love to. I just don't go to the city as much as I used to. I'm obviously older now, and I don't get out there. I'm going to be going to the city probably Halloween night. and I'll have fun there. I'll probably go to Brooklyn for that. Um, in my fucking grimace costume. I can't wait. I can't wait to show that off, man.
Yeah, you're gonna get fucking. Everyone's gonna love you,
I will
Grimace.
be when I went to the city. This is going back to like 2013. When I went to the city as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, I ran that fucking town. That night, I was a god. Every girl danced with me. I was a, I these two. I was like going to another bar, and these two girls just got out of work and just started talking to me and followed me to the bar. I don't even know. Like I have no game. I was like the fucking mayor Stay Puffed that night. It was awesome. So I can only imagine the type of shit that's going to go down at me dressed as Grimace. Okay, like just one, hey Ronald, like people are gonna love it.
Yeah, Halloween night, me and my girlfriend are gonna sit on the porch with a bowl of candy and booze and just drink while we give out candy, and that's gonna be perfect.
I think what you should do though is like get one like when they first come up, act like you ate the whole thing, like you just have an empty bowl, and then you're like, oh, just kidding, here it is. Like just do that first and just see their faces.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna purposefully get all the costumes wrong. I think the kids will enjoy that. But that's like, look,
Or make a shit candy bowl where it's just like little little like plastic spider rings and pennies and like little things like that, and then like just see their reaction to it. Or
a bag of popcorn with a twist tie. Like, here you go. Here's seven popped corns.
or just or just have like an open container of candy and just like just open up a bag of M&Ms and just go like this and pour it into their bag. Like you're entering a loose change.
Just take a full size Snicker and just bite pieces off and let a piece fall in every bag. Like, here you go, kids. Hope you
When I
enjoy
when I
mouth herpes.
when I did have the ring, when I owned a house and we would leave the candy bowl for Halloween, that was always a very underrated thing to watch. Like the fat kid come up and just fucking house the candy on the porch. Like fucking just like does not give a shit about anybody else in the neighborhood. I love that.
Well, Halloween's next Friday. Oh fuck, Halloween's next Friday. Shit, yeah. So
Yeah, I got a fucking busy week, man. I'm going to Vegas for Tuesday to Thursday. Then I got the Halloween shit right away after that.
oh shit. So we should record right after you get back from Vegas on Thursday night.
Maybe I'll record in Vegas.
Well, when are you coming back? Thursday? You said you're coming back Thursday.
Yeah, but I'll come back late Thursday. I'm coming back. I think my flight gets in like 11:30 at night.
Yeah, but that means you're leaving at like 9 p.m. Vegas time or something like that, or 6
No, I'm
p.m.
leaving at like 2ish. Because remember, then you add back the hours. Like when you get back to the East Coast, like you
Yeah, yeah. You gain them going and you lose them coming back.
yeah.
So
So no, what I'm saying is maybe I don't know, maybe Wednesday night or something. I don't know.
yeah, we could do that. We could record right from Vegas. You could commit a felony on camera. That'd be nice for the show. Her name is Sasha with two C's.
All right. Well, I think that'll about do it.
Yeah, look, man. Basically, I hope everyone enjoyed our rambling for a little bit. I'm gonna post this up, and yeah, man. Look, it's two middle-aged guys with not great technology. Obviously, we're recording on my phone because I have some computer issues, but we'll figure it out. We'll make it happen going forward. But until then, enjoy yourselves, be well, and have a good night.
And we're gonna never sell out to the Saudis. That is the promise that we're gonna give to you.
Yeah, the big bag of chicken is not going to any. They offered, and we were like, no, no, we will not. We will not do that. You guys are horrible people, and nice try, Prince of whatever your name is.
And then they show Lewis Scimitar, and it's like maybe I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. How about like I wouldn't have I wouldn't sell out for even as much as those motherfuckers. So, like millions of dollars or hundreds of grand. Like, hey, 5 Gs. I'm like,
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah.
I'm your boy.
Either they said I'll pay your rent for 3 months. I'm
Yeah.
in. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. $3,000. Gotcha.
Throw in a fucking continental breakfast and you got me, pal.
Yeah. Yeah. Pancakes. Comped. Now you're talking my language. I twirl my
Pancakes with
mustache.
the prince. I thought you'd never ask.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. Boop. Wait. There we go.